Diving is a marriage of acrobatics, control, and fearlessness. Former gymnast Tricia Tomlinson is well acquainted with all three.
It's flipping, spinning, like twisting, knowing where you are in the air.
In just 5 years of training, she's won a national title and Pac-10 top honors. Next up, the Olympic trials. But she's not letting the pressure get to her.
Taking it day by day and having a good time, trying to stay healthy and able to do what I know I can do.
Tricia was practicing on the springboard today, but when she goes to the Olympic trials, this is her event, the 10-meter platform, 3 stories high. Pretty intimidating, especially when you consider her 2 biggest fears.
Heights and deep water.
But it's a battle she's winning.
There you go. I haven't seen that in a while.
A world-class athlete whose coach says is ready for the ultimate competition.
Everything's done with what we need to do. The hay's in the barn, so to speak. We're just going to go out there and compete.
For Tricia's part, making the Olympic team is almost too much to consider, so she's set a simpler goal, keeping everything in perspective.
Just go out there, have a good time. You know, maybe it'll happen, maybe it won't. It's not going to be the end of the world.
In Tempe, Kim Holcomb, 12 News.
Okay, we're going to march to the blacktop.
The training may look familiar.
Forward, march.
The commands and drills found in any boot camp.
Left, 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 right.
But this platoon of Marines is different, made up entirely of kids.
Yes, sir!
My dad was in the Marines, so I decided to see what it's like.
They are the Salt River Young Marines, the 11th group of its kind in Arizona, designed to keep kids off drugs and out of gangs.
It's not a recruiting tool for the United States Marine Corps. It's a recruiting tool for good citizens for the United States of America.
That's all I want you to work on right now.
But many of the children in this company do want to serve despite the war in Iraq.
Ever since I was young, I wanted to make a difference in my country and I wanted to fight for my country.
Sergeant Misty Dudley says combat doesn't scare her, loss of freedom does.
If I had to go to war, then I would do this for my country and do my very best.
In the meantime, the 11-year-old is learning drills, CPR and first aid, and studying the Constitution. Skills her commander says will serve all the kids well, whether it's Semper Fidelis for now or for life.
They learn to honor their parents, their country, their flag, and themselves.
In Mesa, Kim Holcomb, 12 News.
Is about camaraderie.
Yeah! Nice! Go!
They say gay, horse, doesn't mix. They don't get the concept, you know, just regular people.
Come on, buddy!
With all the shows now, Will and Grace, Queer Eye for the Straight Guy, you have to open your mind.
You're out here to win some money, have a good time, have good competition.
Rubberneck, compete and have fun and be wild. And this is a lifestyle for us.
Get it, boy!
They enjoy our energy here. We're very animal conscious. We take care of each other here.
I'm out and proud. My family knows it, and my friends know it, and my work knows it, so why not also be in a comfortable environment where gay people can come and be who they are and still enjoy the rodeo, the country and western lifestyle.
You just have to know that we're each human beings with the presence of life and God within us.
Gay is America, anywhere, everywhere.
There is no sheet music, no structured beat or rhythm. This ensemble is therapy, each person healing to the beat of their own drum.
It's a release. I mean, that's for me, that's the biggest thing, is that I have a release of fear and a release of anxiety and a release of stress.
Like the other members of this group, Michael Stantz needs a release. He's a recovering drug addict, 9 years on crystal meth, 9 months of sobriety. Drumming is his new drug.
That's an even better high than than crystal meth because it's natural and it's good for me.
The leader of this group hopes to prove drumming helps with long-term recovery. Dr. Michael Winkleman.
Some people say it works as an eraser. It sort of blots out the negative stuff and gives you a chance to sort of reboot your hard drive and feel good about yourself again.
Winkleman says there's evidence drumming can balance neurotransmitter systems, making drummers feel happy, relaxed, and rejuvenated. The applications could be far-reaching.
There are clinical studies that have shown positive effects for literally dozens of different kinds of conditions. Drumming tends to activate the immune system. Drumming tends to, sort of dissipate depression. Drumming has been used for people with Parkinson's disease.
This group may add overcoming addiction to the list. They're part of a research study, data about their work documented every few weeks. For his part, Michael Stantz is a believer.
I'll go home and do 3 loads of laundry and, do the dishes or make dinner and do the dishes, and I'll do it smiling.
A natural prescription, no doctor's signature required. For Michael, an essential part of his recovery program and his new life.
It's improved overall. I think so. My life is rhythmical. I can move through music.
In Phoenix, Kim Holcomb for 12 News Today.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
When you call MVD,
Motor Vehicle Division, this is Shannon.
they're not who you expect on the other end of the line.
Do you have your out-of-state driver's license?
Row after row of orange jumpsuits, female inmates doing hard time.
Could you give me the year, make, and the model, please?
While working hard for the state as well.
We get about 130,000 calls a month.
Marianne Jackson watches over the 60 or so inmates answering your calls to the MVD office. The office is Perryville Prison.
We're processing MVDs renew by mail.
Greg Hilloband oversees inmates renewing your car registrations. Inmates accessing your information.
We've taken some dramatic steps in the last 10 years to ensure that that information is protected.
John Spearman heads prison industry, says look at the screens. Information is minimal.
What they're seeing is no more than you'd see in your local phone book.
And at the call center, look close. All calls recorded, monitored.
They cannot take vital information.
For that, callers are transferred to someone at actual MVD. You're safe and inmates gain job skills.
We're doing something to change the behavior and attitudes that resulted in the inmate being in prison in the first place.
Prison Industries employ 1,700 inmates across the state, building school furniture, printing documents for state agencies and private companies, doing repair work for one of the country's largest trucking companies, and even growing vegetables, processing eggs, which are sold at Valley stores. 50 different industries that teach inmates skills and are big business behind bars.
It doesn't cost the taxpayer a nickel.
It's contributed $6 million back to the state in 3 years. So how'd they do it? Cheap labor. Inmates earn between 40 cents and $8 an hour. Spearman says it's voluntary and pays off, not just for the prison, but for inmates as well, who are more likely not to return back to jail.
Hopefully we are generating a workforce with marketable skills and good work habits that will return to the community as law-abiding, productive citizens.
In Phoenix, I'm Miguel Medina, 12 News.
It's fast fun in miniature scale.
It's just fun.
The thrill of the speed.
Get your motor running. Head out on the highway.
The product today is so advanced, looks so good, and races so well, it's unbelievable. There's a slot in a track which a guide on the car follows around, of course.
You use this stuff right here to help the brake, building the cars and putting them all together and just trying to see who can get the fastest stuff.
It has electrical contacts that power an electric motor.
Yeah, I'm afraid I'm going to fall out.
It's a great family activity, something we can do together.
Once you create something, you get to run what you created.
You have a handheld controller that's hooked to the track, which controls the speed of the cars.
There's a learning curve. It takes a while to learn the different tricks to the trade.
Dad, mom, their daughter and son come in and have quite a challenge.
And come and race together and If you're like me, you get beat by your son every week.
Justin's on deck.
I really enjoyed having my dad be able to race with me and stuff.
Wrote, "My little brown and white Beagle Terrier mixed dog was my only reason to live."
When Jill Jones, a reporter for the Apache Junction News, read this letter, her heart melted.
It hit me like a ton of bricks. My heart just went out to this lady.
The letter writer was an 80-year-old woman, Lillian Brown, whose dog Bobby went missing after being left with a neighbor. The dog was a constant companion to Lillian after her husband of 48 years passed away.
I refused to eat or drink. I said, without my dog, I didn't want to live.
She slept in her recliner for 2 weeks waiting for that dog to come home outside.
Jones got to work trying to find the dog and soon learned that a neighbor who watched Bobby may have actually taken the dog to Fort Wayne, Indiana. After finding an address, Jones sent letters to the neighbors asking if anyone had seen the dog.
Lo and behold, somebody actually called me. I was shocked. I really wasn't sure I'd get an answer.
Fort Wayne police say this woman confessed to taking Bobby. The dog was taken to animal control where he's now waiting to come home. And look what happened when we showed Bobby's picture to Lillian.
Oh, Bobby.
I just want to do it for her because I would hope somebody would do that for my mom. I can't be here for my mom. I can be here for Lillian.
Grateful doesn't even begin to describe how Lillian feels.
There just isn't anybody like her in the whole world. I feel like I've got a new daughter.
And she can't wait to see her Bobby.
I know once he recognizes me, he's going to go crazy. And I am too.
Well, we always like to joke that this is a hobby gone bad.
And one look around Greg and Amanda Seeler's home says it all. With aquariums set up in every room, this is no longer just a hobby.
Being an online business, the internet has allowed us to do something that in the past wouldn't have been possible.
They soon became one of the country's biggest suppliers and breeders of dart frogs, an animal native to South America and known for its bright colors and sometimes poisonous skin.
They are harmless. It's still not a frog, an animal that you can hold and pet. They have permeable skin, so they absorb everything through their skin.
The Seelers do most of their business using their online website, selling everything from misting systems and food to the frogs themselves.
I would have never thought this is what I would have done with my life, but I definitely wouldn't change it for anything.
Along with the frogs comes all the fruit flies it takes to feed them. The Seelers also have 3 kids to worry about, but this is a family business, and the kids love to help out.
It gives them something fun to tell their friends, and when their friends come over to see, a little bit different than your normal house.
For the Seelers, the frogs give new meaning to the term bringing your work home.
When you're passionate about something, the next best thing to actually doing it yourself is sharing that passion with someone else.
In Mesa, Sarah Sevier, Arizona Nightly News.
A rollover crash north of the valley. Mike Warner is live over the scene in Sky 12. Mike?
Hi guys, we're just east of I-17 off New River Road, and this is a crash involving a Daisy Mountain fire truck. As you can see there, it looks really nasty. These vehicles obviously hit at a tremendous impact. There's another vehicle over here I'm going to show you from a wide shot. You can see it off to the left of your screen. It's possible, we don't have any confirmed information right now, but it's possible somebody may be trapped in the other car. We're not sure of how many injuries there are. I can tell you right now they're working on some of the Daisy Mountain firefighters right now. There is an ambulance here that just got on scene. Some of the MCSO people just got on scene. This is kind of early on in the crash. But look at this fire truck. It is really, really demolished. This is a serious accident. Both the New River Road is closed in both directions, so you're going to want to avoid the area if you're coming up this way. We'll get you the latest information as we get it, guys. Mike Warner, Sky 12, will send it back to you.
All right, Mike, thanks. It's not a... Well, Mick Jagger and the boys roll into town tonight, and that'll cause some traffic issues in the area of the University of Phoenix Stadium in Glendale. Let's send it up to Mike Warner in Sky 12. Mike, what can the drivers expect with the Rolling Stones in town?
Well, the drivers can expect a little bit of a delay, and I'm going to play a game with you, see how many Rolling Stones songs you can pick out of this creative traffic report. These guys right here, they're at the stadium. Their time's on their side. They're just waiting on a friend, but you can't get everything you want, especially if you like to come down 91st Avenue up here. If you like to come from the north, 91st Avenue has a restriction. There's only one lane open going each direction. So if you like to come down 91st, you're not going to get any satisfaction. I'd rather you should probably use 83rd Avenue to get in, or even the 101. The 101 is pretty clear right now, you guys. It doesn't look like there's too much backup at all. Start me up, come right on down the road. You can get in on Glendale Avenue right now with no problem. As you can see, the traffic is moving. And I'll go ahead and get off of my cloud and send it back to you guys.
You know, that was 8 or 9.
I have no sympathy for that devil up in Sky 12.
Corner in Sky 12 over high school, Mountain Ridge High School on the west side of the valley. Some vandalism occurred. We had 4 classrooms that were broken into, as well as some paint, as you can see on the pictures there, sprayed on the outside of the school. Now the school says classrooms, those 4 classrooms that were vandalized were broken into and some items were stolen. Those classrooms are closed while they do some repairs. School is still open. As you can see again from the pictures, paint was sprayed all over the outside also, or thrown over the outside. Crews are on scene right now trying to get that cleaned up. But again, this is Mountain Ridge High School. It's about 67th Avenue, just north of Deer Valley. They are trying to take care of this vandalism. The Glendale PD is investigating. Of course, as we get more information on this, we'll get that to you. This is Mike Warner in Sky 12 for 12news.azcentral.com. Mike Warner in Sky 12 over Bartlett Lake, where today Tonto National Forest officials closed access to both the paved boat ramps, providing access to the lake. Now the ramps at both Jojoba and Yellow Cliffs are out of the water, unsafe for use, and that's due to the fact that the drought and high water demand dropped the lake to about 40% capacity. So those boat ramps are out of the water and not able to use them right now. They're not sure when the ramps will be reopened. It just depends on how much water the lake gets. Now also the shorelines along the lake, you can launch from some shorelines such as Bartlett Flats, but those shorelines are very muddy because the water receded. Those shorelines are exposed and there's a lot of mud there, and they don't want you to get your car stuck. So for right now, the ramps are closed, the shorelines are still open, but you're asked to use a lot of caution. One good thing is, though, these ramps that you're seeing right here will be worked on while they're out of the water. The Forest Service is going to work on those ramps to make them in better shape, so when there is water there, they'll be in much better shape for boaters to use. This is Mike Warner in Sky 12 for 12news.azcentral.com.